What is up, Space Noids and Earth Noids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are back in Universal Century where your government wants to gas your colony. Last time, we saw the assassination of Commodore Blex on Earth. Will Quattro take the reins of being the leader of the Aeug? In this episode, we will see the Titan try to gas a colony once again. Recoa will go on a spy mission, and Scirrocco will touch a bunch of women's faces. So let's get into this. Camille and Fa are bickering once again. Apolly tries to get Camille to open up and says that it seems to be young love, but then Apolly simply teases him and takes off, leaving the autistic alone with his emotions. Quattro is on his way back to the Argama. Meanwhile, the crew suggests to Bright that Fa and Camille no longer sortie due to their obvious feelings towards one another. Bright doesn't want to be a father to Camille, but he might have to show Camille the backside of his hand. The Alexandria ship is still functional. It was just the bridge that was destroyed. Last episode, Jamaicon and the bridge crew were killed when Yazan tricked the Aeug into shooting the ship. They are currently getting fixed up at Abaoku. After the 1-year war, EFF took control of the fortress, and it will soon be another Titan's base, known as the Gate of Zidane. The new captain of the ship is Gadi Kinsey, who apparently gave Jamaicon the Alexandria to use temporarily. Moore and Jared are on board the ship. They are both concerned about Yazan being on board as well. In the hangar, Yazan is going mad and throwing out all the Hyzaks, calling them a piece of junk. Jared tells him to defeat the Zeta Gundam if he is going to talk so big, and Yazan accepts his offer. He also takes off his glove and slaps Jared like he is agreeing to a duel. But there is no duel. Very disappointing. Morad tells Jared that she was offered a position on Scirrocco's Jupitris, but she chose to stay on the Alexandria to be closer to Jared. The two, Kisu, back on the Argama. Bright is eating a burger while they convene with the Radish.
Don't talk with your mouth full of food.
On the Radish, Kotz preps for launch in the Defensor and awaits further orders. The Alexandria spots both the Argama and the Radish. Suddenly, Yazan and his team launch without Captain Gadi's permission. Back on Earth, Quattro is with Hayato and he's making his way back to space once again. Last episode, someone mysteriously assassinated Commodore Blex. Hayato is concerned about the state of the Titans. Quattro doesn't really have a straight answer for him. He tells Quattro that now, more than ever, the Aeug needs a leader, and that leader should be him. The Argama awaits for Quattro's shuttle. They aren't launching their mobile suits. The Radish, however, takes on Yazan's team. Emma launches and distracts Yazan. The shuttle is getting impatient, waiting in orbit for the Argama. Quattro decides to use the shuttle's life pod to go meet up with the ship. Bright can't wait much longer. The Argama makes its move, and Camille, Fa, and Apolly launch. Jared's team launches with the Mega Launcher. This is different from the Mega Bazooka Launcher that we saw the Hyakushiki use in earlier episodes, but they more or less serve the same role. It's a giant battleship-sized Mega Particle Cannon and a giant gun, too big for even the average Gundam. Sarah plans on firing the weapon as she is more comfortable in the Hyzak that Yazan wanted to throw out. Yazan is about to destroy Emma in the Mark II when he realizes that Jared is fighting Zeta. He leaves Emma to go chase Camille. Kotz launches in the Defensor, and he docks with the Mark II. Bright spots the life shuttle and they go and retrieve it. Jared is trying to keep Camille in one place so Sarah could shoot Zeta. Yazan suddenly comes in and interrupts. Camille is able to sense Sarah in the distance. Sarah senses Camille. Right as she fires, Kotz tries to communicate with her. It distracts her, causing her to miss Zeta and hit the shuttle that brought Quattro in. Luckily, Quattro's life pod made it onto the Argama. Sucks to be that shuttle crew. At least they serve their one purpose. Both Mora and Jared sense something is wrong with Sarah. Does she have a boner for cats as well? Back on the Argama, Quattro gives Bright a letter from his family. While watching the letter, he begins to cry. Quattro informs Captain Bright and Captain Hankin that Commodore Blex was assassinated while they were on Earth. In the hangar, Camille is wondering what an old Gelgoog is doing on board the ship. They plan on retrofitting it with the Nemo parts to make it look functional on the outside, but it will be useless in battle. It seems that Recoa is going to use it to infiltrate the Jupitris, pretending to be a part of Axis Zeon. Camille is concerned. Last time she went on a spy mission, she had to be saved by Camille. Recoa is taking care of the two war orphans, Shinta and Kum. Oh yeah, Quattro brought back 2 war orphan children who will play the same role as Kotz, Kika, and Let's did on White Base during the 1-year war. This had to be some production note. Someone behind the scenes went, hey, you know what's missing from this? War orphans. Yes, that's what made OG Gundam great. Comic relief from war orphans. Recoa tells Camille to worry about his own duties instead of hers. Fa and Recoa have a chat. She wants to know what happened on Jaburo. Recoa says that she enjoys these spy missions more, so she gives Fa the Mythos to use permanently. Recoa prepares the Gelgoog for the mission. Camille is going to back her up from afar. Fa complains about about sending Camille out with Recoa.
Gender is irrelevant.
Bright sends Fa to assist the two to teach her a lesson. The Jupitrix is leading the pack while the Dagoza Gyar notices Recoa's Gelgoog. Sarah decides to launch to intercept. However, she makes it to the Jupitrix and is able to get on board. I suppose this would be a good time to talk about the Jupitrix. The Jupitrix class ship is a large tanker ship. Helium from Jupiter is used to fuel most Minovsky fusion reactors and is needed in huge amounts. The Jupitrix class ship is designed to bring large tanks of fuel across the solar system. Because of this, these ships are not armed whatsoever, which is why the Dagoza Gyar follows behind. However, the ship has no problem housing mobile suits. If this was on a freeway, it would have those wide load signs. You know what I'm saying? While waiting from afar, Camille is suddenly attacked by Sarah piloting Scirrocco's Masala. Camille is able to sense that this is a different pilot. He recognizes that it is Sarah. On board the Jupitrix, Scirrocco touches Recoa's face and then smacks it. He demands to know who she really is. She gives him her real name. What is happening? It seems that Scirrocco is seeing right through her lies, but he likes touching that face. Weird. Suddenly, the Jupitrix recognizes that Camille and Sarah are fighting. They wish Recoa luck and leave her. While fighting, Fa comes in and backs up Camille. Scirrocco wants to assist Sarah, but Sarah communicates with Scirrocco with her cybernuke-type powers, and it seems she wants to handle it alone. Recoa takes out a soldier and tries to launch her ship. Scirrocco knows that this is most likely Recoa and lets her go. He seems to really be into Recoa. Recoa in the Gelgoog joins the fight. The Masala is outnumbered and takes off. Camille notes that her reflexes are insanely good. Back on board the Jupitrix, Scirrocco touches Sarah's face. Red flags everywhere. On the Argama, Recoa tells Bright everything she remembers from the ship. Everything except for telling him about Scirrocco. Is she actually into it? Gross. Katz is helping feed the crew as they are short-handed. Emma suggests he talks to Quattro before he heads out to Von Braun, as you never know when you get the chance to see someone again. But Katz is being very stoic about this situation. Or is the plot trying to tell me something? Bright is informed of information regarding the Alexandria heading towards Side 2 and carrying chemical weapons. They are concerned that the Titans will resort to using G3.
Not G3.
Oh yes, this is a gas used by the Titans previously that is stronger than a VX nerve agent and kills people instantly. One of the war orphans throws a paper plane on the ship. It reminds Camille of 4. Camille gets to look at Fa's titties.
The eyes, mister.
Fa taking care of the kids is turning on Camille. What is this episode? On the Alexandria, Jared is leading the mission to gas the colonies. Moir tells him it goes against the treaty, but he reminds her and us, the audience, that it doesn't matter anymore. Why doesn't it matter? So the treaty was against EFF forces, but in UC-0083, the Titans were formed, giving them absolute power, which extends beyond the rules of the treaty. But now that the Titans have full control over EFF forces, it kinda makes all that void, because the Titans will do what they want. While all this is happening at Side 2, Grips begins to make its move on Granada. Inside of Side 2, the mayor of the colony is concerned that the AU can't stand up to the Titans and considers siding with them instead. A rock approaches Colony 25 of Side 2. Suddenly, the rock breaks apart to reveal that it is the Alexandria ship. They begin attacking the AU cruiser. The Alexandria launches Jared's chemical weapons team. The mayor tries to negotiate with the Titans, but that isn't how they operate. Captain Gaddy goes, "Whoops, I can't hear you. Minovsky particle density is too high and you're breaking up." The Argama makes their way towards Side 2. Bright recognizes that the colony tried to make contact with the Titans and wonders if they tried to surrender. Bright sends out Zeta Gundam and Methus. Jared's team attaches the gas cylinder to the colony. Camille sees the Alexandria and starts shooting at long distance and gets no hits in. On the Radish, Emma launches in the Mark II and Katz launches in the Nemo. Jared goes to take on the Zeta Gundam, while Moir stays back and finishes gassing billions of people. You know, when you say it out loud, you think you would stop, but nope. Jared blames Camille for him now being a fascist. That is some new type of levels of projection right there. They engage in battle. Here we see a modern-day beam rifle being used as a beam saber. This completely takes Jared off guard. Katz comes in to support Camille, and Moir comes in to support Jared. The Titans decide to retreat for now. Back at the colony, the mayor tries to cover up his cowardice. Bright comes to Side 2 and wonders what that communication really was about. Of course, the mayor covers it up. Bright is very concerned and gives the mayor a clear warning about aligning themselves with the Titans. Mr. Wong, Quattro, and Melanie Hugh Carbine have a meeting in Von Braun City. They are concerned about the state of Axis Xeon. Quattro doesn't know what to think of their figurehead, Mina Vazabi, currently, and doesn't know how to approach the situation. All of you people out there who have been asking about Mina Vazabi, it's coming. Meanwhile, Yazan's team goes to take out the Argama, which Mar and Jared are not a part of. They are going to head out to an abandoned colony instead. Yazan's team will be pushing the Argama towards Jared's location, where they will eventually make their move. 20 mobile suits start approaching the Radish and the Argama. All pilots launch. Fa is piloting the Nemo in this battle. They are wondering why the mobile suits aren't attacking. Suddenly, they notice the Titan's fleet from below. The Argama escapes near death. Camille heads back towards the Argama to back them up. Bright is being pushed into a corner. Of course, they start making their way towards the abandoned colony that Jared and Noir are hiding in. The two make their appearance on the battlefield and attack the Argama. The ship takes a direct hit. He calls back the mobile suits to help protect the Argama's front. Jared and Camille battle one another. Fa uses the Nemo to put out fires on the Argama. There is a giant hole on the port side and Haro comes flying out. Fa goes to save the dumb ball and to find the kids. As Zeta makes its way back to the Argama, Jared goes in and attacks once again, but he is reckless. Camille gets a direct shot, but Moir comes in and protects Jared, killing herself in the process. Jared angrily attacks Camille, but he destroys his Galbadi's legs. He sees a vision of Moir and realizes that he doesn't need legs, he's in space. Jared goes berserk and heads directly towards the Argama. Camille and Emma are able to fend him off before Jared makes his retreat. On the Argama, a hatch hits Fa in the face, but Medstaff goes to help her. Jared goes to the remains of Moir's Golbadi and cries. Even though Fa disobeyed orders, Bright thanks her for saving the children and the ship. And that will do it for this episode. Does Fa have what it takes to be a pilot? And how will Jared react to the lost Moir? It is clear that the Titans have absolutely no qualms with killing billions of people to make a point, and there seems to be little difference between the Titans and the Giran loyalists. In our next episode, Sarah will try to blow up the Argama. Also, Axis will finally make its way into the mix, and we are finally introduced to Haman Karn. But that will do it for now. Remember, new types, if your superior officer wants to constantly touch your face, that's a red flag. Peace.